This is the Lotus Elise S Club Racer, and it is currently the fastest and most powerful Elise you can buy. And it's purpose-built for the racetrack, which is where we're heading today. We've just got to get through that first. The Lotus Elise is famous for its agility and supercar rivalling performance. Unfortunately, it's also notoriously difficult to get into. Now, you've got to swing one leg in first, then your bum, then your other leg. Let's see how this goes. So, get... Well, that wasn't too bad, actually. Inside, well, basic is putting it lightly, pardon the pun. There's lots of hard, scratchy plastic surfaces, a 4-speaker Alpine stereo. There's no glove box, and there's not really an ideal place to put your phone. There is this plastic cutout here and a cargo net behind the seats, but frankly, there's not a lot going on in here. But it's a Lotus, and that's kind of the whole point. On this side, sitting right next to my knee, the key still sits in an ignition barrel, even though now there's an engine start button. First launched back in 1996, the Lotus Elise has long been respected as a brilliant bit of kit. On the track, that is. On the road, things are significantly less positive. It's stiff, it's very bumpy, and it's very loud in here. Vision out also isn't great, and it feels properly small on the road. Even city cars feel like SUVs when you're driving this thing. The fixed back seat is hard and mostly uncomfortable, and the only thing heavier than that clutch is the unassisted steering, particularly at low speeds. I just hope we have a bit more fun on the track. Oh, thank God we are here. Seamless. Now, rather than putting a big engine into a heavy chassis, the clever Brits at Lotus have always followed the ideology of adding lightness. What that means is back here, we have a 1.8 litre 4-cylinder Toyota engine. Supercharged for good measure, puts out 162 kilowatts and 250 Newton meters. There's also room back there for 112 litres of storage space. All that power gets sent straight to the rear wheels via a proper 6-speed manual transmission. Now let's get out there. Now, the Lotus Elise has always been a pommy kit car offering supercar performance for less than supercar coin. Now, while $84,990 is still a fair amount of buck, it is hard to argue with this sort of bang. The little Lotus will do 0 to 100 in 4.6 seconds, and pretty much anything else you ask it to do. It is so sharp and so responsive. The engine's punchy and picks up. You can hear the supercharger doing its thing in the back as well. There's loads of grip, but it's still got enough power that you can just have a little bit of fun, get a little bit of angle if you want it, which is always a good thing. It's not shy of a top speed, but those brakes nice and solid underfoot, and it just sits so flat through the corners. It is an absolute blast, this thing. The Lotus Elise S Club Racer is not the ideal car for families. It doesn't have fold-down rear seats. It doesn't have rear seats at all. It's not the most comfortable or practical thing either. But out here, it is in its element, and little of that stuff matters. If everyday track day excitement is what you're after, then frankly, there are few cars better.